When disaster strikes, your ability to protect the public and in many cases your own safety depends on the equipment you use. Knowing how to properly maintain and use your self-contained breathing apparatus, your SCBA, can be the difference between success and tragedy. The purpose of this video is to help the user understand and correctly operate the Draeger AirBoss series of self-contained breathing apparatus. For additional information regarding your SCBA, we recommend that you read the user information manual provided with each SCBA. Now let's look at some of the main features of the Draeger AirBoss system. Panorama Nova mask with CBRN lung demand valve, bypass control knob, Sentinel 2 pressure gauge and warning system with low pressure flashing strobes, CBRN lung demand holder, rapid intervention coupling or RIC, warning whistle, waist securing buckle, Prism transducer for the HUD system, Prism receiver with cylinder content indicator lights, adjustment buckles for the waist belt and shoulder straps, cylinder strap with adjustment cam, cylinder valve with integrated pressure indicator and valve handle, cylinder valve hand wheel and pressure reducer, auxiliary airline hose pouch, multi-link dual auxiliary hose line, and carbon composite backplate and cylinder. The Draeger AirBoss series of SCBAs are NIOSH approved for chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear, or CBRN as it's more commonly known, applications and environments where CBRN agents are present. The Draeger CBRN AirBoss series of SCBAs has the same specification and functionality as our standard AirBoss Plus series. However, to provide the added protection and safety in a chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear environment, Draeger has added a special protective cover that fits over the lung demand valve. The CBRN lung demand valve has positive locking and anti-rotation guides that help to locate the CBRN lung demand valve into the correct position. The special CBRN cover directs the exhaled air from the firefighter over the outside of the diaphragm, continually flushing any chemical, biological, radiological, or nuclear agents away from the lung demand valve. There are two main ways of donning the SCBA when it is not mounted in a seat: the over-the-head method and the waistcoat method. For the over-the-head method, begin by making sure that the harness is fully opened and not tangled. Grasp the carrying frame of the backplate with both hands. Carefully lift the SCBA over and behind your head. Your elbows must go through the shoulder harness straps. Slide the backplate down your back, grasping the shoulder harness as the SCBA slides down to the middle of your back. For the waistcoat method, grab the top of the shoulder strap and swing the SCBA around your shoulders and position the shoulder straps for adjustment. If you are adjusting the AirBoss PSS100, you may need to adjust the upper shoulder yoke. First, rotate the locking retainer so that it is in the unlocked position. Then increase or decrease the height of the yoke to suit your particular body height. The middle or low setting will suit most people. When you have adjusted the height of the yoke, lock the retainer into position again. Failing to do this will allow the yoke to slip and extend the SCBA's length. A feature of the PSS100 is the swiveling waist harness, allowing additional freedom of movement when twisting left and right as well as moving forward. Once the SCBA is in position, you are ready to adjust the straps. Begin the strap adjustment by grasping the end tabs of the pull-down straps and pulling the straps down toward your hips. Do not pull the pull-down straps to the side, as this may cause the straps to twist. Next, grasp the waist belt buckles and clip together. Adjust the pull-forward straps by grasping the end tabs and pulling forward and slightly down until firm. Again, do not pull the straps to the side, as this may restrict the adjustment of the waist belt. Next, tuck the end tab into the waist belt. To prevent water or debris from entering the mask, connect the mask forehead strap to the retaining button as shown. This will position the mask close to the chest with the visor facing slightly upward. When donning the mask, make sure that the head straps are fully extended. Don the mask by first pulling the mask forward to release it from the head strap. Place the chin into the mask and pull the harness over your head. Adjust the lower jaw straps first, then the temple straps until the mask is uniformly secured to the face. It is important to note that the head straps should be pulled to the back of the head to prevent damaging the head strap. Adjust the top strap if required. If you are using a hairnet head harness, place your chin into the mask first and pull the hairnet over your head. Adjust the lower jaw straps, then with your index finger, pull the adjustment straps as shown. This will tighten the temple straps. Readjust the lower jaw straps once again to secure the mask to your face. Next, pull the hood over your head, making sure that the hood comes around the top and side of the visor frame and under the chin, leaving no skin exposed. To connect the CBRN lung demand valve to the mask, remove the CBRN lung demand valve from the holder. Press the donning button to make sure that the lung demand valve is in the off position. With your right hand, reach back and turn the cylinder on all the way. When the cylinder valve is fully open, turn the cylinder valve back 1/4 turn. This will help to prevent the cylinder valve from being jammed open. Now connect the CBRN lung demand valve. Tilt your head back slightly and push the CBRN lung demand valve into the opening in the front of the mask. You will hear a click indicating that the mask is connected properly. Pull on the CBRN lung demand valve gently to make sure the CBRN lung demand valve is locked into position. Double check the seal of the facepiece by pressing the donning button on the CBRN lung demand valve. Keep breathing until the mask collapses against your face. There should be no outside air coming through the face seal. Release the donning button again and check for air leaking out of the facepiece. If you feel any leaks, adjust the position and straps until the leaks disappear. The CBRN lung demand valve has a bypass valve that can be easily activated by pushing on the bypass and pulsating air into the mask, or by turning the bypass valve on and allowing the fixed flow of air to enter the mask. The bypass valve could be turned on by using your fingers or using an open hand technique as shown. The bypass valve can also be operated when wearing gloves. To remove your breathing apparatus, begin by taking a deep breath. Hold that breath and press the donning button to put the CBRN lung demand valve in donning mode. Now press the release button on the mask connector and pull the CBRN lung demand valve out of the mask. Close the cylinder valve and press the CBRN lung demand valve bypass knob or the front of the lung demand valve to let the air out of the system. Bleed the air from the lung demand valve. Replace the CBRN lung demand valve into the holder on the waist belt. Turn the Sentinel off by holding the two buttons for a couple of seconds. Grab the two lower adjustment straps and pull forward on the roller buckles to loosen the straps and remove the facepiece. Grab the retainer button on the next strap and secure the mask. When doffing or taking off the SCBA, again make sure that the cylinder has been turned off and the air bled down via the CBRN lung demand valve. Fully extend all adjustment straps and place the SCBA in a safe area. Prism is the wireless in-mask pressure information system from Draeger Safety. The system consists of a transmitter, which is connected to the pressure gauge line, and an in-mask receiver with LED display. Positioning the receiver inside the face mask protects the receiver from harsh environments such as heat, water, and freezing temperatures, as well as any impact that may occur. The Prism cylinder content indicator lights provide information about available cylinder air content. Because the indicator lights are inside the face mask, the firefighter can see them no matter what the conditions. Thick smoke or a dirty lens do not affect the indicator light's performance or visibility. When the SCBA is initially turned on, the Prism automatically activates and displays the cylinder content information for 24 seconds. The lights then turn off for 36 seconds. Subsequent light displays will be visible for 12 seconds, then off for 48 seconds, presenting the firefighter with cylinder content information every 60 seconds. At 50% cylinder content, Prism displays a special warning, which consists of a solid red and flashing amber LED for 24 seconds. After the special 50% warning, Prism returns to a 12 seconds on and 48 seconds off display, so again, the firefighter receives cylinder content information every 60 seconds. When the firefighter has 25% of cylinder content remaining, the red light will flash continuously. There are two low battery indicators on the Prism receiver. The amber light is for the transmitter and the green light for the receiver. Each light turns on when there is approximately 2 hours of battery life remaining for the corresponding battery. When replacing a cylinder, make sure that the cylinder valve is turned off and air has been bled from the system via the lung demand valve. Disconnect the cylinder from the reducer and loosen the cylinder strap. Remove the cylinder and replace it with a full cylinder. Mate the cylinder thread to the first stage reducer and connect together. Now secure the cylinder strap. Pull excess cylinder strap from the center as shown. The cylinder strap should be firmly in position, but not over tight. Lock the cam into position and secure the end tab on the Velcro. The cylinder straps should not have any movement when correctly positioned. The cylinder can also be connected to the SCBA when not worn by a firefighter. Again, when connecting a cylinder, make sure that the cylinder strap is fully open to accept the cylinder. Place the cylinder under the cylinder strap. Lift the back plate up as shown. Connect the cylinder to the reducer and secure firmly. Do not over-tighten the reducer and cylinder thread, as this may cause damage to the high-pressure O-ring. Now secure the cylinder strap. Pull excess cylinder strap from the center as shown. The cylinder strap should be firmly in position, but not over tight. Lock the cam into position and secure the end tab on the Velcro. The cylinder straps should not have any movement when correctly positioned. To help keep your SCBA in top working order, you should regularly wash and disinfect the SCBA, especially after use. Begin by cleaning and disinfecting the facepiece. Take the inner mask out. Remove the Prism receiver so it could be washed separately. Inspect under the exhalation valve cover for any debris. Replace the cover. Except for the Prism receiver, place all other items into the AirChem 33 disinfectant solution. Agitate for 20 to 30 seconds to work the solution into all areas of the mask and allow the mask to soak per the instructions provided with the AirChem 33. After soaking, remove all items from the AirChem 33 solution and rinse in clean water. Shake excess water away and allow to dry. When washing the prism, do not leave it in a bucket of water. The prism must be washed by hand and not immersed in more than 6 inches of water. The best method is to hold the prism in one hand and agitate in the air chem solution and clean water as shown. Make sure that the battery cap is firmly in position to prevent water from entering the battery compartment. For best results in cleaning the lung demand valve, remove the outer cover. For the CBRN lung demand valve, just fold the outer cover back to clean. With a soft brush, scrub the lung demand valve to remove any dirt and debris. Immerse the lung demand valve in the solution and agitate. This will help remove any debris that may have entered the lung demand valve due to poor storage. Rinse in clean water and shake excess water away. During the cleaning process, make sure that the tail end of the hose is not immersed into the water. To aid in drying the lung demand valve, connect the lung demand valve to the SCBA and blow air through the lung demand valve until there is no water vapor. Draeger Safety recommends AirChem 33, which doesn't harm the soft parts of the facepiece. For best results, the water should be no warmer than 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Do not use acetone, alcohol, benzene, trichloroethylene, or any other strong solvents. Begin by checking all straps and harnesses. Fully extend the harness. Extend the straps on the head harness. When checking the mask, make sure the gasket is correctly positioned. Replace the gasket should it show signs of wear or coming away from the exhalation valve cover. The gasket provides a seal between the lung demand valve and the exhalation valve cover. Make sure the CBRN lung demand valve is in the donning mode by pressing the donning button. Check the operation of the bypass. Make sure the 2 dots are aligned and in the off position. Check the CBRN lung demand O-ring and lubricate with Molykote. Use the Molykote sparingly. Now open the cylinder valve and check the pressure of the Sentinel or standard pressure gauge against the integrated gauge in the cylinder valve. Slowly bleed down the air by depressing the bypass. This will allow you to check the warning whistle, the electronic chirp of the Sentinel 2, and the flashing lights. When finished, make sure you turn off the Sentinel by depressing both Sentinel buttons at the same time. As you will see in this video, the Sentinel system test is easy to perform. In this demonstration, we will refer to the cylinder valve, the Sentinel's left button, the Sentinel's right button, and the Sentinel's display screen. To aid in remembering the Sentinel button sequence, remember the following: left, left, right. This demonstration will show the details of the procedure and the correct button sequence. Now let's take a closer look at the display screen. The screen displays system pressure as well as a series of icons. Some of these icons are prompts. For example, this icon is asking the operator if they want to perform the Sentinel system check. Others are informational, like the clock icon, which indicates that the test is proceeding. Before starting the Sentinel system check, the cylinder valve must be off. Do not turn the cylinder valve on until the proper icon appears on the Sentinel's display, prompting you to do so. The procedure begins by pressing the Sentinel's left button once. This activates the Sentinel. A check icon will appear when the Sentinel has completed its stabilization test and the pneumatics have been drained of air. After activation and self-test, the Sentinel will display this icon, the leak test icon. To perform the leak test, press the left button again. When the open cylinder valve icon appears, open the cylinder valve completely. This icon will flash for approximately 17 seconds. When the closed cylinder valve icon appears, close the cylinder valve and then press the right button. You will now notice the closed cylinder icon and the press right button icon will alternate. As soon as you press the right button, the air within the pneumatics of the SCBA will begin to stabilize. The stabilization icon will appear on the screen. Stabilization may take a few seconds. As soon as the pneumatics of the SCBA have stabilized, a clock will appear on the screen indicating that the Sentinel system test has commenced. The Sentinel will show the pressure that is within the pneumatics of the system. The Sentinel system test will take a minute to complete. You will notice that the cylinder pressure bar graph will gradually disappear from left to right during the Sentinel system test. The pass icon will appear, indicating that the Sentinel system test was successful. Should an unsuccessful Sentinel system test occur, an error icon will appear. Repeat the test again. Should the error appear again, the SCBA may require service. Once you have completed the Sentinel system test, slowly bleed the air from the pneumatics. The low pressure warning whistle will sound, and the strobe lights on the Sentinel will flash. This completes the Sentinel system test. To turn the Sentinel off, press both buttons at the same time. When filling the cylinder with air, be sure the cylinder is within its hydrostatic test date.